This really was unexpected. I know there are orchids in the boxes, but don't know what. This Thursday I got an email from Ynse in the Netherlands sending me the tracking codes of not one but 2 boxes with orchids to boost my collection again. Less than 24 hours later, this Friday, they arrived in the afternoon. I guess you're curious of what's in the boxes? Well, so am I. I don't have a clue. So let's unpack and see what hard-rocking and very kind Ynse from the Netherlands sent me this time. Although the boxes were tightly taped, it looked like someone had been poking around in them to see what was in them. Also, the boxes were quite wet and were taken out of the van of the delivery guy in this state. When I finally managed to open the first box, more boxes were in it. And next to them, some bottomless plastic bottles. And on top, a personal note and some instructions for the orchids. And as I said before, I don't know what or how many plants he sent me, so I'm just emptying the box. And on to the second one. He really used a lot of tape. And again, more boxes in this one. I'm really getting nervous now because I'm very curious what he sent me. How am I going to do this, as my workspace is quite small? So what the heck, I'll just start taking the plants out of their safe boxes and see how it goes. And the packing material, well, I'll do it Ynse's way. Just chuck it all on the ground and clean up later. He certainly used a lot of toilet paper, and I hope he still got some left for himself. Anyways, the orchids are very securely and safely packed. You might ask why I put the orchids back in their box. Well, it's simple. Ynse had written some names on the packages, so not to mix them up, I'll keep them in it until I find the labels. Well, that's it. 8 new orchids. 2 of them potted up and growing nicely. The others are fresh divisions. Unfortunately, I only found 2 labels and one of them doesn't match what was written on its protected box. So I contacted Ynse asking for the names, and while I was waiting for the email with the orchid list, I already prepared some drinking nectar for these poor orchids. It's a light solution of water with seaweed. By having a drink of this, they will certainly perk up after their trip. I also made new labels to put with the plants according to the list Ynse sent me. And now the puzzling begins. Which is which? There was a time I could immediately recognize the orchid species on their shape and growth habit. But as I'm getting a day older, my memory is starting to fail from time to time. I think I figured it out, and even when I made a mistake, I know these plants came from Ynse and I can easily switch the tags. I already put some notes in my orchid database. The bottled plants were squeezed in very tightly, and one of them I had to cut open very carefully not to damage the little orchid. The orchids that came in potted get a trickle of water, and the bare root divisions are getting a soak in separate containers. They all can stay there for at least half an hour and suck in some much needed energy. To be honest, I took my time unpacking these orchids because I'm a bit tired from having a very busy week doing orchid repots, orchid mounts and bonsai repots. You'll see this later on as I filmed it all and will release it over the next couple of weeks, including more updates on the indoor balcony. But these ones take priority now because several of them are fresh and unpotted divisions. So here are all the new babies getting intensive care so they can perk up and get ready for a new phase in their lives. I'll do a flyover so you can see them a bit better up close. And before I forget, Ynse, thanks a million again, it's really appreciated. I will end the video here, but expect more updates on these orchids and other plants and bonsai in my collection very soon. And if you want to stay updated and get notified, please subscribe to my channel and you'll be notified when I upload new videos so you don't miss a thing. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.